Hello, my friends, back again. MTG Arena action. Modern Horizons 3 Premier Draft. We are picking up and going to jump into some more games with our pretty interesting black-white artifact-esque deck. I don't know. They actually had, if you did not catch the draft was pretty solid, actually very solid. Colors were very open, interestingly enough. So we've got this kind of pretty interesting build here. If you want to go check that out, see how we put it together, go check out the first episode. We had two really good games in the first episode, very close. 1-1, lost one. So we're gonna jump into a few more games here, but we've got a really nice suite of removal. We've got a little bit of an artifact creature theme and artifact theme going on, a couple of living weapons as well, and then just good, like I said, just good artifacts. And then we're really just trying to kind of pump up Hex Gold Slith, Etch Slith, utilize some evasion here between those guys with menace and with flying in order to pump in some damage. So been pretty interesting. We got a Cranial Ram for just a little bit of a splash here with the Frogmere Enforcer, and other than that, it's black and white, pretty much clean to go. So we'll jump into some games, see how we do today. All right, all three colors. Kami, we got a little 2-drop, 3-drop. We're gonna work pretty good here, and a little bit of removal. Refurbished Familiar should keep things interesting for us. Or Kami, I'm sorry. I do like the Accursed Marauder. I feel like I don't really want to give them to ramp up. I've seen this strategy before. And that makes me scared. They could have used that either to draw the cards or to do some other things. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll do Familiar here. Pull a little bit of cards. Might just have a bunch of mana too. That's not impossible here. Not great. How did they cast this? Am I confused? Oh, add mana of any color. Got it. I was like very confused. Let's get that out of here. Got to pump in for 2. Okay. And this is devoid, isn't it? Yeah. This is interesting. They're gaining a crap ton. Sacrifice 2 permanents. Says death touch, dude. Okay. Now how do I get rid of a 6/8? Another Breaker of Creation? Hmm. Gonna need a removal spell. It has hexproof from each color. Gonna have to do this. Okay, I'm gonna have to sack 2. I'll just attack this. My gosh, I don't know what to do here. So the good part here is that this is going to keep ticking up. Getting a little bit bigger. I can get Transmogrit back next turn. Dude, he has a third one? I cannot believe this right now. That I just killed three of those. I'm actually bewildered right now. If he plays another one, I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, I mean, this is the only way I get in any damage. I got something else big coming. I'll bet. I mean, as long as it's not a breaker that has hexproof. Sure. Drawing 3 cards isn't great. I keep the pressure up here. I can't let them get Delirium because then he's going to be making Breakers of Creation. And I am freaking dead, dude. Oh my gosh. I mean, at the end of the day, we're getting in some damage. Yes, another one of these. Oh my god. It's not like he needs any of this stuff for mana. This just slows me down. I can put the Cranial Ram. could put the cranial ram on the etched slith. Honestly, they've got a well-built deck. They've hit a lot of... They only have 8 cards in their deck. They have a lot of things to pump. I'm gonna keep just ripping out that now. This gets a little bit more interesting here. Block with the 0/4. I think I just punch in. And just keep hitting for 6. I would almost welcome that. I need to get rid of this thing. Oh my god, I did it. I'm so dumb. I can't believe I gave him delirium. Oh. I can't believe I did that. Well, now I just gotta... Man, I cannot believe I did that. At least it has persist. Oh, I'm so dumb. And then they can keep creating these. It's gonna make the thing. This is my best option. All right, hold on. So 2, I can move Cranial Ram, then I can move it back. Then I can keep up Breathe the Last Breath for whatever they turn Shifting Wildland into. That's my best play, probably. Doesn't now, it actually helps me, I think. That's big. That's really big now that that's off the field. He just decked himself. I cannot believe. I cannot believe. Am I gonna die here? Am I dead? Oh. That was a crazy game, and I totally screwed myself too by giving them that enchantment and giving them delirium. That was giving them delirium with this. What's crazy is the fact that all they had was creature, land, and instant, I think. That one enchantment literally is the only other delirium item that I gave them. I can't believe that. And I I said it earlier. I said, okay, I gotta watch out for that. The Shifting Woodland is so good with all of these crazy things. I cannot believe that I cannot believe that I killed 3 of these. That's crazy. That's crazy. We only had 10 cards left ourselves. What a match. What a match. All right, we're into another. Double Etch Slith. We have 3 mana. And Kami. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. As Etch Slith getting ramped up here early will be really good. See again. I land. Etch Slith. And then Zikami. So here's what's cool on this line. If they play another creature, I can Curse Marauder to essentially keep my Etch Slith open to continue to attack. If we get a land, either way we do that, we're going to be able to play 2 permanents. If we get a land, we can do Curse Marauder and another Slith to really kind of pump up our battlefield here. Oh, they're going to kill my guy. No. Okay. Ow. That hurt. Alright, well, I'm just going to get rid of this. No! Oh. Got it. Got it. What do I want to do here? Could have added another mana. Do I want to do that? No. Not at the moment. I honestly need a swamp. What I need. I'd be curious to see what they sacrifice. You can give it vigilance and lifelink and start pinging me. Paid for both? Yeah, I'm not going to block here. Hmm. See what kind of blocks they do. Probably just takes it, honestly. But then they're only going to get one more activation out of Volt Storm Angel. Oh. I am going to play this as a 2/2. They attack with both. That's not great. Oh, they could have just tapped my guy down. Give him +1/+1. Man, that sucks. Yeah, he could have just won the game. I need a removal spell. And I see a land. Yeah, I'm dead. The only way I'm not dead? Oh no, they have to play for the Electrozoa. Okay, I'm not dead. Oh, they just tapped my flyer down. Feel like we were really close there. I just needed a removal spell, or honestly, I just needed another swamp. Interestingly enough, I think if we could have gotten one or two of those things online, what I really needed to do was get Ethereum, whatever, this Salamander Drake. I needed to get it its Adapt 4 up, and what I was trying to do was figure out how I could sequence the cards in a way that would allow me to do that. Maybe playing Refurbished Familiar a little bit sooner also would have made some sense, instead of the Glyph Elemental. But what my hope was is that I could continue to pump up this guy with Glyph Elemental, keep pushing damage in, and hopefully get that there. That was a close game. They definitely were able to fire off some additional energy, which definitely helped them. And having another Solstice Zealot was the key. We should have been dead a turn earlier, so had we found the removal spell, would have been interesting. I actually don't know. There have been quite a few of them we would not have been able to play, so that's a interesting component of it. All right, so unfortunately we finished this one up with 1 win and 2 more losses. I feel like in each of the games we were pretty well in them. It's interesting, we faced a lot of the Eldrazi strategy, which when it gets online up and running is pretty insane. I faced a couple of different variations of that deck over the games that we played, and each time it was just it felt like it got to a point where it could get pretty overwhelming pretty fast. So definitely an archetype that I think I need to explore a little bit more. I actually really enjoyed this deck. I thought the artifact piece of it was pretty fun. We definitely did some interesting things with Refurbished Familiar, the Sliths, the Transmogrant. We were able to move that back and forth. We even saw Frogmere Enforcer get in a handful of times. I think what hurt me most in those last 2 games, I never saw Kami, which is just a great upfront blocker. If we can pair Etch Slith with Kami of Jealous Thirst, a lot of times we're able to get some attacks in with Slith, especially if we have it in our opener and can play it on turn 2. This card, very good. I am actually really, really impressed with it. If it can get a couple of attacks in, it's getting bigger and it's making a splash, and that certainly is helping us from that perspective. I think that the last 2 games, really, I just didn't see any of the suite of removal. So I don't think I ever saw Lethal Throwdown. I only saw Revitalizing Repast one time, and we turned it into a land. That was our only black source, actually, for the entire game. Saw Wither and Blue a few times. Curse Marauder did come up. We could have really used a Curse Marauder in that last game. Would have been very, very helpful for us to remove a threat. Breather Last, when we saw them, they were great. And I was able to use Obtruse Appropriation a handful of times, but Fell the Profane, I think I only saw once as well. So thought we had a pretty good suite of removal. Kind of missed out on that. I think if I had to change the deck around, I probably would have taken Drossclaw out. Maybe consider running the Zealot. That card is really, really, really good. Or honestly, maybe even another Curse Marauder just to keep folks on the back foot from that perspective. Maybe even Pyretic Rebirth, although most of the spells here are not going to be very big, so I wouldn't have been doing a ton of damage. Maybe honestly almost playing another Kami of Jealous Thirst. There's a world in which I probably should have run at least 2, if not all 3 of the copies of this card. 1/3 body with a Death Touch for 3, very, very good. And then late game, you know, this has something that we could just dump some mana in, get some life back as well, and do some trading. So it would have been kind of interesting to see from that perspective. So not a bad draft overall. Pretty happy with it. Thought it was pretty cool. Really actually enjoyed playing the deck. The deck was a lot of fun. We had a lot of different synergies and different things that we were able to do. The evasion mechanic of it, when it worked really, really well. Each game we were getting in some damage. We were doing some things either with the Slith or with some of our suite of flyers. I actually really liked Obstinate Gargoyle. He was pretty cool too. The fact that he gets persist and then will get flying after, you know, he dies is pretty cool. And then you pair that up with either Drossclaw, Cranial Ram, or anything that could put a counter on him, and he can pump out flying pretty quickly too. So never saw the combo of Gargoyle, Gargoyle and Revitalizing Repass, which is kind of something I was hoping to be able to do, because I think that would have been pretty neat. But we had some synergies, just unfortunately didn't get a chance to test them all out. But enjoyed it. Thank you so much for checking this one out. We'll be jumping into some more drafts for sure. I'm not seeing sealed currently at the moment. That could change by the time this video ends up going up, but hopefully we can get into that as well. And more to come. Thanks for watching. We're doing pack cracking action. If you like to see that, collector draft, all that stuff, doing boosters and those things on Wednesdays. So if you're interested in that, we're gonna be continuing probably for by the time this goes up, maybe a week or so, another week of doing MH3, and then be jumping in a little bit of Assassin's Creed, Bloomborough when it comes out. So pretty excited for all those things. So again, thanks for being here. Flash them some socials, like, comment, subscribe, links in the description. If you want to join our Discord, do all that cool stuff. We'd love to have you over there. Love for you to be part of the channel, and we'll close it out with that one. See you in the next one. Peace.